Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's live webinar brought to you by immigrationquestion.com, your trusted source for immigration news, legal expert insights, and real time conversations with experienced immigration attorneys. My name is Anisya Mukherjee, and I'll be your host for today's session Skilled but Stuck: The Struggles of Advanced Degree Foreign Workers in the U.S. If you're a foreign professional with a graduate degree working in the US under an H-1B OPT or similar status, but still facing uncertainty about your future, today's webinar is especially for you. You've done everything right, studied hard, earned advanced degrees, and contributed to the US workforce, yet you're stuck facing long visa backlogs, restrictive policies, and a few clear pathways to permanent residency. The reality for highly educated immigrants today is far more complicated than most people realize. That's why we're grateful today to be joined by attorney Naresh M. Gehi, a distinguished immigration and trial attorney based in New York and the principal attorney at Gehi and Associates. With over 20,000 cases successfully handled, attorney Gehi is a nationally recognized figure in immigration law and has been honored with awards such as the Super Lawyers and America's Best Lawyer. He has advised leaders, spoken before the New York State Senate, and is a frequent legal commentator for major outlets like CNN, BBC, and the New York Times. We are pleased to have you with us today, Attorney Gehi. You're welcome.
Hello, it's such a distinct pleasure joining Anu. Anu, you're doing a fabulous job. So let's pause over there. A big round of applause to you and for the great work which you're doing.
Thank you,
Now,
Attorney. Thank you. Before we dive in, a quick but important reminder: immigrationquestion.com is a two-in-one platform that connects users with licensed immigration attorneys. We are not a law firm and are not affiliated with AILA or USCIS. All legal services are provided independently by attorneys in our network. Now let's jump in. Attorney Gehi, why are so many advanced degrees foreign workers, especially those on H-1Bs or stuck in green card backlogs, feeling stuck in the US immigration system right now? What has changed in recent years?
things have only gotten worse is the best thing that has changed. So which means the backlogs are increasing by the day. And I believe that the mindset of people who want to have the green cards to change. The bottom line is that if you're working for an IT company in America, the common mindset is first, I'm on a student visa, and now I'm going to get my H1B. Then, if I'm from India, from China, I'm going to go and get my perm labor certification approved under EB2 or EB3. And then I'll continue to extend my H1B, and I'm ready to wait for 15 years. Completely wrong mindset. Because you are at the mercy of your employer. Especially, I'm talking to people who really want to kind of, jump ahead of the line. How should the mindset work? Number one thing which I tell people, think about the EB1A and think outside the box, especially from you're from India or from China, where there's a major backlog. So first let's talk about India and China. And then after that, I'm going to talk about other countries too. So let's look at the visa bulletin for India and for China. You're looking at February 2013 for EB2, June 2013. That means you're going to wait for 15 years by the time your green card comes in. Now, for China, it's for the third category is December 2020 and Jan 21. You're going to wait for 7 years. Now, what should you do? First, think about building your credentials on your own. Once, if you make up your mind that you want to start writing publications in your field of endeavor, and if you're commanding a high salary already, so you might have already met with two prongs of the test. The third one is not that difficult. Become a judge if you're an expert in your area. So after that, you can add some more pointers, contribute scholarly articles, or get one major international award, make artistic contributions if you're in the field of arts. Recently, Anu, we succeeded in a case with a person who had a master's degree from Princeton, and he was commanding a high salary. He was from Princeton, he had an advanced degree, he wrote some amazing publications. And guess what? His I 140 got approved under EB1A. Prior results do not guarantee future outcome. And in EB1A, be very careful about one thing, Anu.
Mm-hmm.
People outside nowadays, they are not lawyers, they are not attorneys, and they're telling you that I can get you published, I can do that, give me $40,000.
Mm-hmm.
They may be indulging in giving you legal advice.
Mm-hmm.
They may commit some kind of a fraud because if they are writing articles, which is absolutely not allowed, and you are going to mess yourself up very badly. So work with a professional attorney. Now, what are the benefits of the EB1A? And let's talk about India and China. The good thing is you do not need an employer. Take an example. You file your papers to an employer under the EB2 or the EB3. In most of these cases, you need to undergo the perm labor certification. Then you need to file for the I-140. Then you're waiting forever. If you're going for the national interest waiver, if you're from India, again there's a wait period until your priority date is current. So EB1A is a golden opportunity for people who are working for big companies. You're working for a Fortune 500. You're on an H1B. Start your EB1A. Straight up work with a good lawyer. Second, other thing about the EB1A, you don't have to wait even if you did not qualify for your H1B. You may be on a student visa. You may be listening to the show in Japan. You may be in India. If you meet the requirements, of course, it's a very heavy burden. Working with good lawyers can really help you. And through that, you may qualify for a green card. Recently, we did work for someone who had won the Grammy Award from Brazil. Do you know that the person's I-140 was approved even before the receipt notice came in? And that is unheard of. And everyone was shocked. So the presentation of the case by the lawyer is a big thing. Should a person be scared of the B1A? No. So take an example, you're working for an ID company, you file your papers under EB3, you're waiting for your, what do you call that, your perm labor certification. You don't have to worry about those things. Get going and you're going to do well. Rule number one. And secondly, you don't need enough to apply for prevailing wages. You don't have to kind of worry about getting the perm approved. You're directly kind of jumping on the I-140, getting it approved and moving on. Plus, you don't need an employer. What you need is a good lawyer to work with who understands your situation and who provides you the right legal guidance and who can really train you to work with the book. And it's possible. Don't go to those consultants who are going to tell you, I'm going to build your profile.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do something wrong, guess who's going to be in jail? You are going to be in jail. Because you're trying to kind of, game the system.
Mm-hmm.
Gaming the system is not allowed, folks. Be careful. EB2, EB3s are still okay for countries where the priority dates are close or they are current. So let's look at other countries except India and China now. So for most countries, for EB2 is 2023, there's a 2-year wait for that, but you still need a sponsor, except for the national interest waiver. EB3, May 1st, 2023. But the good news is that if you cannot wait from another country, go for EB1A. You can directly apply for a green card. No wait time for other countries. So if you're from Brazil, if you're from any country other than India and China, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, talk about a country in the world, you can directly apply for the green card. And if you are that talented, get a green card in approximately 1 year. Not hard at all. You do not have to be living in the US to apply under EB1A. You can be in Siberia. Look at that, the coldest country. You can be in the Sahara Desert, from the desert. You can apply from there. Who is telling you no? But you have to be good at what you do. You should be famous. You should be well known in that field of endeavor. And you have to qualify for 3 out of 10 points, which is not really hard for people who are outstanding, which means you're someone who has many publications. You're done. You're good. You have this PhD. Excellent. Your professors are ready to write for you. You're teaching. You're lecturing. You're a judge of people's work now for the master's program. You're already in the game, my dear PhD student. Why are you waiting for an H1B? Why are you waiting for a perm labor certification? I tell people EB1A is far more powerful than the national interest waiver. It depends, of course. National interest can have a different criteria, but generally, EB1A is a very, very powerful way for people through which they can get the green card. I know.
Definitely. Thank you for that. Many skilled immigrants spend years contributing to the US economy while waiting for permanent residency. What are the professional or personal consequences of living in that kind of long term uncertainty?
Because basically, the sad reality is that your future is very uncertain. You are in the middle of the ocean without knowing whether your ship is going to sink or swim. So that is the sad reality of it. Therefore, consult with very good lawyers who can advise you. And there's another way to come out of it. I know. Some people told me that I don't think so I can qualify for EB1A. Ask your parents to give you your share in the property if you're from India and from these countries. Go for the investor's visa. Start your own business. Get $800,000 and qualify for your own green card. Not that hard.
Perfect. So there are specific policy reforms, either proposed or hypothetical. Could that make a real difference for these advanced degrees workers stuck in immigration limbo?
Let's see what happens. There are bills pending all the time. But unless and until a bill is not approved, it's not passed, there's nothing much we can talk about or say.
Are there any creative or underused legal pathways that individuals fearing long term stagnation in the green card process should consider? What options do they often overlook?
They overlook the EB1A visa. They overlook the national interest waiver. They overlook the fact that they may be able to apply, through different other categories. For example, sometimes people can even consider the O visa instead of an H1B. So you need good lawyers to work with you. And you can choose a lawyer of your liking. But I would look at everything under a microscope. There's a saying in English, where there's a will, there's a way. When the great get going, the going gets great. The Lord is the strength of the strong, and fortune favors the brave. Leaders think outside the box. Start thinking outside the box. You will find solutions.
Thank you. From your perspective, how do the emotional and financial stress faced by workers compare to those by undocumented individuals, many of whom are also contributing quietly but without legal protection?
The sad reality is you'll be surprised. People who play by the books, they are far more depressed than people who have not played by the books because they've done everything by the book. You've been on an H1B, you've done everything, you're paying taxes, you're doing everything. But you are the unsung hero in this country. because the laws are very primitive and they're very much outdated. And it's time for Congress to come together and actually come up with a good immigration reform bill. But that's why smart people, a lot of my clients who come to me are people from big companies. They say, Mr. Gehi, I don't want to deal with my company. I want to do my own green card. That's how I use the EB1A for them.
Thank you very much, Attorney Gehi. This session has so far been insightful, and I'm sure our audience agrees. To everyone joining us from Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, thank you for being here. Whether you're a legal professional, community advocate, or someone just looking to understand this better, we're grateful to have you. And if this is your first time with us, welcome. We are immigrationquestion.com, a two-in-one platform built with lead and case management features to help simplify the immigration process. Though we are not affiliated with AILA, we are trusted by a lot of AILA attorneys who use our platform. Also, with immigrationquestion.com, you can ask your immigration questions for free in any language and get connected with a licensed attorney for legal guidance. And yes, just like many of our users, you may also receive a free confidential initial consultation. Just visit www.immigrationquestion.com to learn more. And it gets better. We've just launched our new mobile app designed to make access even easier, whether you're a user or an attorney. Now, Attorney Gehi, with your extensive experience in immigration law, how would you describe the impact of immigrationquestion.com is having on this immigration community and immigration attorneys like yourself?
Firstly, as you know, I'm the founder, but I'm wearing a different hat. I'm speaking on behalf of Gay and Associates, so that should not be mixed. For ethical reasons, I always draw a line. I'm very much clear. And now, the great thing is that a lot of lawyers, as you rightly know, I know, have generated business from this platform. And what really helps me is when I participated on your on your programs, your live streaming events, and that's viewed by thousands of people. So that helps me to brand myself. It gives me the branding that I was looking for. At the same time, I get an opportunity to showcase my knowledge. At the same time, it's helping immigrants to understand the law in clear terms. So that is the best thing I've observed about immigration question. Plus, I think I love the software. I use it every single day. The case management software is kind of linked with the leads, and there's so much business out there for lawyers because you look at the number of questions you're getting, Anu. So there's no competition if you really look at it when people join these programs. And
Exactly.
of course, converting a client is up to the lawyer. You're not going to get all good fishes every day, but you're on a fishing expedition. It's for you to screen the client and do it. And if you're good at it, you'll get clients. Or if not, the leads are free. That helps me a lot. And the portal is amazing. We use it regularly. And as you know, I've handled 20,000 cases, and I'm very happy to be using the portal. And it's completely safe and secure because my data is with me. Someone else's data cannot be seen, it cannot be touched by anybody. So that's the security element is amazing. And above all, what I like is that sometimes, like when you have people looking for us to, you have a live representative coming and basically helping us to kind of make sure that you're bridging the gap. And the next thing which I'm waiting from you is, I think you just mentioned it earlier to me, is that you're coming up with a brand new app, like which is going to be world class, and a brand new portal. I mean, I've seen the magnificent changes you've done on this program itself, of when it started and how it is today. It is world class. I mean, this is my thing, but it's of course for people to judge. And I'm seeing a lot of social media attraction because I've seen lawyers ranking on the first page of Google. I think one of your lawyers did.
Yes.
So I think you're handling social media for people. You're giving them the case management software. You're branding them, and you're kind of showcasing the talents. And plus, they're using a world class case management software. And I think some of your lawyers, which I know, are kind of transitioning from other softwares. They're coming to you, I believe.
Yes.
So that's big news. And that is amazing. What I like is the people behind it. Forget me. There are people who are looking at legal ethics here, like Rahul Desa, who's brilliant in legal ethics. And plus, you're Bradley, I believe. Plus, you have a very powerful team that makes things happy. And My word to all attorneys is that, consider this to be your own platform. People are very friendly. They're here to work with you and grow your business. And especially for users, post your immigration question free. It's a golden opportunity for you. And there are different plans I think you have. I think you have the free plan. Then some of them are in a rush. They want to go for the paid plan. And I even know that even when you post your question free, lawyers are getting back to you if your question is good. But make sure that when you post your question, put it in details because it saves my time. And the other network attorneys who are fantastic in this, they also have to say the same thing. Please put it in detail. Folks, there's another good thing about this program. This program is conducted by professionally licensed attorneys. You're not going to notarios. Notarios are people who are non licensed lawyers and they mess up your case. Every lawyer, I think you have 90 lawyers signed up so far.
Yes.
All the 90 lawyers are licensed. They are fantastic lawyers. You don't have to come to me. You can choose anyone from the 90. They're all very good. And I'm sure they're going to provide you great service. So that's what I like about immigration question. Choose a lawyer of your choice. Be happy. But end of the day, you should actually be downloading the app if you're if you're an immigrant. Secondly, other than that, ask questions. It's simple. And you will get a reply because the team of Anu, who's one of the leaders, and we're very proud of her, like she does a fantastic job, and people are going to kind of make sure that you get a response. So I think it's a great platform, and I'm getting so much. And secondly, I don't think so. There's any software that you have in the market that has a combination of case management because when I used to use other softwares, I don't want to name it, I was paying a licensing fee every month. End of the year, I used to spend $10,000. But here, if I make two clients, that's enough for me. Plus, I'm making a profit of 60 or 70,000 at the end of the year. So that is the difference I like, Anu.
Thank you so much, Attorney Gehi. Um, Now we're moving on to our live Q&A session. So if you have a question for Attorney Gehi, now is your moment. Drop your question in the chat or call us live at 516-703-3483.
So we spoke about the EB1A.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing, if you're very well known, if you're contributing to the national interest, and if you're not from India or China, the NRW can be excellent for some people. Means, you invented something. You invented something for SARS. You invented something which is a great app that can help everybody, and people are using it left and right in the healthcare industry. You're a doctor. If you come up with a cure for something which is unbelievable. Look at the national interest waiver in those things. You want to make sure that the US is very good in the defense system in the country. We did something good that is very helpful.
Thank you. So the first question is my EAD-C9 was outside of normal processing time and I did a case inquiry yesterday. How soon before USCIS replied to the
At least 30
inquiry?
to 60 days.
All right. Thank you. Next question.
See, the good thing also I like is that people can ask any type of questions anywhere. That's what I love. So it's not restricted to the topic. Any immigration question can be asked.
Exactly. I have two US degrees and a full time job offer, but I keep losing out on the H-1B lottery. Is there another path I can
Yes,
take?
me and Ms. Patel, you should consider the EB1A, speak to a qualified attorney, let someone look at your publications, and then you may be good to go. And plus one or two other factors, you may be able to directly apply for a green card.
Thank you. Next question is every time I apply for a better job, I'm told my visa transfer could delay my green card. Am I stuck with one employer forever?
No, a visa transfer never basically holds up your green card. As far as the I-140, if the company is ready to proceed with it, you're good to go.
All right, perfect. Next question is I've been in the green card backlog for over a decade. Why do people from my country have to wait so much longer than others?
Well, because there are limited quotas given to every country. That's why EB1A should be considered. Because he's from India. And that's the bigger problem out here.
Definitely. Next question is my wife has a master's degree too, but As my dependent on H4, she's been unemployed for years. Is there any way she can work?
All right, what Ahmed can do if he has been on an H1 for more than 6 years, and then on an H4, she may be able to apply for a work permit. But what he can do if he's from a country other than India or China, or he can consider basically applying for the green card through the EB1 if he's qualified, check with the lawyer, or go under the EB2 or EB3. It may take 3, 4 years for you to get the green card.
Definitely. Next question is, I work full time on OPT but haven't been selected for the H1B twice. What are my options before I'm forced to leave the US?
Write some publications, become a little famous. It's not that hard. Consider the O visa or stick on a student visa. But Daniel, if you're single, get married. Simple as that.
Perfect.
To a US citizen. Don't get married to an illegal, then you'll be stuck here forever. So,
Of course.
green card holder, fine, but look for a US citizen.
Definitely. Next question, please. Is I've had 3 postdocs in 5 years and still no path to a permanent position. Is academia
I think
even
this
the
is
right
excellent.
place?
You may be eligible for the EB1A. Let the lawyer look at your resume and then decide with you whether you're eligible or no. You may be. I'm not saying you are. Let's take a proper look at it, and then you have a good chance, Alif. You can
Definitely.
contact Gehi and Associates, and our number is 718-263-5999, gehilaw.com.
Thank you. Last question is, I feel like I'm being underpaid because I'm on a visa and afraid to negotiate. Is there any way to protect myself?
Yes, what do you need to do? Work with an attorney who can report this company. If they're doing it at a mass level, you may also qualify for the U visa in this case.
Definitely.
So I think it's better for you to work with a lawyer, Chen. You may be able to, find something good. It's such a pleasure being on the show. Amazing job by Anu, and especially by people behind her. I think they're doing a fabulous job. And my last 2 cents, attorneys, come on, this is your platform. More than welcome to come in and join and get business. There's a lot of questions that I think they're getting over here. And we are still looking for lawyers who can come in and kind of grow the platform here. And if you are someone who has a question, post your question free. And I think that's going to be great. And it's a pleasure being with everyone today. And I believe, uh, if there's any questions, if anyone wants to reach me, it's www.gehilaw.com. The instant program is an attorney advertisement and does not constitute specifically illegal advice to anyone. Any advice given in this program from Immigration Question or from Gay and Associates, it's general in nature and does not apply to anybody unless and until a separate attorney-client agreement is entered into between the parties. And prior results do not guarantee future outcome. This is Attorney Naresh M. Gay speaking on behalf of Gay and Associates on the platform of immigrationquestion.com. And as a disclosure, I'm also the founder of immigrationquestion.com. Thank you all.
Thank you, Attorney Gehi. Join us again on Wednesday for another enlightening conversation with another attorney with a burning topic. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Once again, thank you so much, everyone, and have a nice day.